Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms, and today we're going to test out my new backhoe thumb from Bxpanded. I got this set up with a couple of accessories installed last week, and today I've got a couple jobs where that's really going to come in handy. We've got some rocks that I just took to the back of the property and are kind of in a bad place. I need to move a few of them over, and they're way down in a hole. And then after we do that, I need to get my burn hole set up where I can really use it on cleaning up some of this brush down here. And it needs dug out more, and every time I dig like that, I like to sort those rocks out so I'm not dealing with them again later. So I'll get this switched over real quick because right now it has the trenching bucket on there, and for this we're going to want the standard bucket. So to take this bucket off, you just pull the pin on the back. Okay. Now actually, I'll probably need to rotate this a little bit for it to swing down and come off. In the previous video, I demonstrated that you can pick this up fairly easily with the backhoe arm. But at the same time, it's not that heavy to just pick it up and set it on there either. And we just put the pin in. All right, so that's pretty quick and easy to switch the buckets out. One of the ideas I've talked about before is taking this area down here that holds water and turning it into a pond, a second pond, and that would be a major project for us this year. I haven't made up my mind if I'm going to do that or not yet, but in the meantime, this holds water half the year and half the year it's dry. And when it's dry, the kids have a route they take down here, figure 8 with 2 ramps, a small ramp and a big ramp, and they ride the four-wheelers down here. Well, right here is the path where the four-wheelers come up. And if you saw my video where I got this truck stuck down here, I was dumping rock over there, and some of the rock got pushed over, and it's right here within a foot of where they're riding the four-wheelers. And I was thinking about it, if they got just a little off to the side and hit one of these big rocks, it might result in an accident. So I want to get this rock pile shoved over that way. I was kind of expecting that with these small rocks I would want to extend the bar out and bring that thumb a little tighter, and that's what it looks like after trying to pick up the first 2 rocks. Dang, that really closed that down tight. Let me cycle the bucket a little bit and see how far that opens. That's going to be too tight. Better go back 1 spot. I think that's going to work pretty good. So this was my first time using this backhoe with a thumb, and it only took me a few seconds to get the hang of how you use it, and I found it to be really handy for moving these rocks, and it would have been a struggle to do this without the thumb. Right now I'm trying to get a rock all the way down there and it just won't quite reach it, so I'm going to have to move the tractor to get that one. But in this application, I've got to say I'm pretty impressed. The idea behind this project is that this is going to be a spot where we burn brush and sawdust from the shop and basically anything left over from a tree that can't be firewood or a saw log is going to go into this pit right here. And if you're going to burn in this windy area like we're in, you want to build this back side of the bank up where I'm moving the dirt to help keep the fire contained, and the wind usually blows in that direction. I also need to be able to clear the other side of it out so that I can approach it to dig a little bit further in that direction. You're wondering how this is a test of a backhoe thumb. It's not just what can it pick up. The other question is it in the way of just regular digging? And I think the answer is definitely going to be no, because you can retract it all the way back. But what I want it to be able to do, and probably what most everyone wants it to be able to do, is dig a hole without the thumb being in the way. And when you see a rock that you would like to sort out of your dirt, without any extra manipulation or getting off the tractor, you want to be able to grab that and move it. Out of the 4 positions you can put this thumb in, I have it in the second furthest down, which means it's fairly closed. And the further you close it, the more it interferes with digging. If it bothered me, I could have backed it off one more spot and probably still been able to pick out the rocks. But I decided to leave it where it was. It only took me a minute to get the hang of the fact you kind of do approach it at a different angle when you're digging with this thumb on. But I'm going to say it worked really well to be able to dig like normal and still pick all the rocks out. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this, so you've probably already seen how this ends, but I just want to summarize before we run out of daylight that some things sound like a good idea, and then you actually go to use it, and it's a gimmick. That's not the case with this thumb. This makes you more productive in the same amount of time. Very handy, nice to be able to sort out rocks. You could use it for other things like holding up logs so that you can limb them up, because with that little bitty bucket you can limb up an entire log into firewood rounds without bending down. So very handy attachment. Bxpanded, that's where I got it. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links over here to more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.